All right, everybody, Sylvia here, and I am in the house in Portland. Today, I want to do a video about how to use external sound recorders with your camera. And specifically, I want to talk about two different external sound recorders and using them with the Insta360 One X2. And then I'm going to go on a trike ride and we're going to try them out and we're going to listen to hear which one is better. All right, first I want to show you guys the equipment. This is my Insta360 One X2. I love this camera. It gets the most unique perspectives and point of view of any camera I've ever used. And what's really fun about it is you don't need to frame your shots. You just turn it on, start recording, and it shoots everything 360 degrees. And the way you use this camera is with this invisible selfie stick. I have two of them. This one extends out to 3 feet. I have another one that extends out to 10 feet. And you know, this camera, it's really fun, especially because I'm riding a trike and I'm so low to the ground that I can extend this camera out pretty far and I can see a lot more of what's going on around me than I can with a traditional camera. The big drawback about this, because the camera is so far out in front of me, you know, on this 3-foot stick or even a 10-foot stick, the sound is not good. And so far I've been using this like drone footage, no sound, because I'm either getting just a lot of wind noise or my voice is not clear enough. It's just too hard to hear what I'm talking about. And so I'm looking for a way to be able to use this camera more and get better sound. And so what I'm trying out today, I've got two external mic sound recorders. So these are sound recorders where they have audio files, and so they're separate files from the files that I have for the video. And so, you know, after I go for a ride, I have a video file from my Insta360 One X2, and then I'm going to have a file from this external sound recorder, and I'm going to have to sync them up. It's very, very simple with the software that I use for video editing. I use Final Cut Pro, and it's super, super easy. And so this is made by a company called Tascam. I've had this actually for a while now. The reason why I haven't used it for cycling is it uses a battery. And so you really need to keep a close eye on this battery meter to make sure you do not run out of juice. And so it's going to be important to keep an extra battery. So if you see it getting low, you can switch it out. You know, so much of our equipment now, you can charge things up with USB, they're rechargeable batteries, and this one does not have that. It uses a lavalier mic. This is the mic that I use on my GoPro, and so I can just easily switch it from my GoPro, you know, disconnect it, and then connect it to this, and then on the side, there's just a button that you push to start the recording. I've got another sound recorder, and I picked this one up because it was recommended so many times. It is made by a company called Instamic. Very, very small, very, very cute. So far, if I'm using the dead cat, it's got really nice sound. But there are a lot of drawbacks with this. There's a very small power button right here. And with the dead cat, you can only see that it's on by lifting it up. There's just no way to know that you even have it turned on. The power button, there's no, like, you can't feel that you've turned it on. You can't feel that you've turned it off. There's no like difference when you push the button. You can't really feel anything. And so I have to stop and get my phone out, open the app, start it up, and then of course turn it off. But again, this is separate footage. This one does not have an SD card. You have to take it off of this Instamic with a cord plugged into your computer. I've had just a bunch of different issues with everything except the recording on this Instamic. It comes with 3 different clips. This one has a magnet, which I've already lost, so I'm using a magnet that I just happen to have to connect it to my jersey. And it connects just like with these 2 little clips that are on the side. They have started to chip away. That is why I have tape over it to hold it in place. And the dead cat, I bought this separately. It actually comes much, much bigger. I have cut it in half because it covers up the entire Instamic. You have no access to the power button, and so you have to constantly take the dead cat on and off, and it's not easy. And so I cut it in half, and I've added some elastic that goes around a groove in the Instamic and actually fits under this clip. I've asked Instamic to send me some new clips. You know, it's coming from China. Who knows when I will get them. Hopefully I won't lose it today, but I want to try both of these sound recorders today and see if there's a difference in the sound. And I have a feeling that this little Tascam is what I'm going to end up using, because the attachment clip and the dead cat for this, it's just a really, really terrible design. But let's go check them out. Let's go for a trike ride. Come on, Myrtle, let's go. All right, so I'm on my trike in the driveway in front of the house, and I want to do a test riding using the Insta360. Right now I'm using my GoPro with the lavalier mic you see right here, and then next to it is the Instamic, and I have this attached to my jersey with the attachment and just this little magnet. And I want to try that first. And the way this works is I'm going to use the phone app. You can see there's a big red record button. I'm going to hit that to start the recording, and it's going to record a separate file on the Instamic. So let's try it out. Believe this. Okay, so we are starting out from the driveway. I've got this wonderful downhill, and I'm going to stop down here. I'm going to set up my 360, and we're going to do a drive-by using sound recording, and you can see how fun that's going to be. So I'm just going to set it up right here. Okay, so I have the camera set up to do a drive-by. So I have put it on a tripod, and now you can hear that I can actually talk while I'm doing this drive-by. And I am continuing down the hill holding my Insta360 One X2 in one hand. I've got the brake on my other hand, and you have to be kind of careful doing this type of camera work. I would never do this on a hill that I was not familiar with, because obviously it can be very, very dangerous. But I have gone up and down this hill, I'm sure, more than 1,000 times. And I'm very, very familiar with it and know every bump and turn. There's a lot of speed bumps on this road. So yeah, let's continue. We've got a green light here. The bottom of this hill ends at Portland State University, and so we're gonna go through the university because there's no cars. Let's cross. It's a very beautiful university campus here, Portland State. Kind of a commuter school, I would guess. There is some on-campus housing, but most of it is off-campus. All right. Okay, we are recording. We're corner. I am taking this video the day after everything you've seen so far. Because when I got back to the house, there was no sound file from the little Tascam that I am using at the moment with the lavalier mic attached to my jersey. And I am recording this video on my 360 One X2 on my 10-foot pole. We are riding along the Willamette River. The streetcar. We will wait for the train. Yep. This camera is so tall. Yeah. The wires. Yeah, it's very nice out here. We have had just incredible heat here in the Pacific Northwest. About a month ago, temperatures got up to 117 degrees. And so I am perfectly happy with these cloudy skies, overcast, cooler temperatures. Bridge. So this is the Telecom Bridge. It's a pedestrian public transportation bridge. No vehicle traffic. It's got a nice design. Yeah, so this should really give us a good idea about how the sound is with this little Tascam recorder. The stick, 10 feet, 10-foot stick. It's carbon fiber, and I have to keep it in my water bladder bag because it will not fit in my side seat mount bag where I keep my 3-foot invisible stick. Okay, you guys, I think we've seen enough, heard enough for this test, and see you back at the house. All right, everybody, so I'm back at the house. Myrtle is tucked away in the garage, safe and sound. It was very nice riding today. And I just want to finish off this video with a couple more details. And so, you know, what I was really trying to show on this video is I have been having a lot of issues getting decent sound quality when I'm using this Insta360 One X2, particularly when it's on the 3-foot invisible stick or even the 10-foot invisible stick. You know, the camera it's just too far out in front of me for the microphone to pick up the sound clearly of whatever it is that's happening around me, or to pick up anything that I am narrating. And mostly what I'm just going to get is a lot of wind noise. And one thing I have figured out from doing all these videos, you know, I'm just kind of figuring everything out as I go along. I'm certainly no expert in anything, but one thing I have learned is that the sound in the video is really important. In fact, it may be the most important thing. And, you know, I think a lot of people can be kind of forgiving for the video quality. Maybe it's a little bit shaky, or, you know, maybe the editing isn't isn't really spot on, but having wind noise, for instance, or distortion, or even music that just doesn't fit the video. You know, I know for me, I just don't have any patience for it. And I notice that if the sound quality on a video is bad, you know what, I'm just not even going to watch it. And so I'm quite sensitive to this with other people's videos. And so it is something that I am striving for. And I would like to be able to get better sound out of this Insta360 One X2. I think it's just a fantastic little camera. I'm just having so much fun with it. And so in order to get better sound out of this, I'm trying out this Tascam sound recorder, which uses a lavalier mic. This is the mic that I use for my GoPro. And then the other one was this little Instamic, and it's a really cute, very, very small, and I attached it to my jersey with just a magnet. Actually, I already lost the magnet, comes with it, and so I'm using my own magnet, and luckily the clip held. And then I've got my funny dead cat on here, but I think it's going to work out just fine. I did hear from Instamic. They are sending me a new clip and magnet, and so hopefully that one will, you know, connect, be a more reliable connection to the Instamic, because if it's not, you know, I could actually lose this entire microphone just on the road. It would just fall off. Maybe I would notice it and maybe I wouldn't, and that's why I put this tape on there. So luckily I did not lose it. I have not had a chance to listen to the video, the sound from the video, and I am hoping that we can hear a difference between these two sound recorders. I would love to know which one you think sounds better. Just from this one experience, I would say that I am going to be more likely to turn to this little Tascam. The thing that I really like about it, it has a screen that I can just look at really easily. And so I can see if I'm recording. It has, you can see the audio level is going up and down right now. It's really easy for me to see if I've started the recording, if I've stopped the recording. And I just think that this is going to be more reliable than this little one. I'll probably keep this as a backup. It's just so small, it takes up no space. But I really think what's probably going to make the biggest difference in this video is when I'm showing the sound from just the Insta360 One X2 without the external sound, so you can really hear what that sounds like. It really is kind of unusable, and I think it'll really make the point as to why I'm doing this experiment using these two sound recorders. So yeah, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what you think. Is this interesting? Is it good content? I just want to let you guys know the equipment that I'm using and kind of what I'm going through to make it all work. But yeah, please remain safe and healthy, and I will see you in the next video.